Welcome everybody, week 5. How are y'all doing? Well, it's not week 5, it's technically episode 5. I don't know how many weeks it's been. It's been many weeks, many moons, many years. But anyway, welcome to Full Circle. I'm your host, Odell Herman. Please find me at Odell Herman Jr. on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all your favorite social medias. And as always, to my right is
Jared Fradette. You can find me at all the favorite social medias at ToonVelo. We have another exciting episode for you this week. We will be covering how speedruns. Do we like them? Do we not like them? Toxic fandoms. Ugh, that's just toxic. And Sonic, the franchise. Where, Odell, did it go wrong?
Well, I can tell you where it went wrong. Not with this poster and not with this amazing statue. I mean, people who actually watched probably wondering we were going to talk about Sonic.
And we had to eventually.
Yeah, we had to.
I know where it went wrong. Sonic Underground.
I like Sonic Underground.
How?
It was a fun show. He played musical instruments. It had a heartfelt story about him and his brother and sister that existed in no other form of media. We're going to find their mother, which I don't know if they ever did. Did they even finish the series?
I don't know.
That's where it went wrong. They didn't find their mother. She would have corrected their ways. Boop, solved it. Segment over.
Their wild rock and roll ways. No. After the Freedom Fighters and the just cause of that, I don't know. I just couldn't sit through Underground. It just felt silly. It felt silly, but not in the way that other Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Too serious, both Sonic the Hedgehog at the same time.
All right, I guess we should clarify. Where did he go wrong in the video game? We'll circle back, full circle, to the anime.
Okay.
But specifically, where did he go wrong in the games?
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog 1. You know, video games were young and fresh. Anything was good, really.
Right?
Anything.
Give us content, we love you.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 really stapled Sonic as like a heavy contender. Introduced Tails. Knuckles wasn't in any way, no.
I don't believe so.
We started to see the remnants of an actual story. Sonic 1 was just like, you're in a zone, don't know why you're here. Here's a fat guy. Sonic 2 gave, some type of backdrop to that story.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic 3.
And
great game. And Knuckles. I was getting there. And Knuckles. Still considered one of the best Sonic games to date.
It's pretty good.
Sonic Adventure 1, first 3D outing. His first 3D outing that was probably well received.
Mm-hmm. Sonic
Adventure 2 gave us rolling around at the speed of sound.
This one's my favorite.
Places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. All right, you know that song.
You were singing with us.
Yeah, you were. And then from there, it started to get downhill.
It did.
And I mean, this is going back to the anime. I mean, the first two, Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog, two shows of the same name, vastly different. One was dark. Mm-hmm. One was like
fun and lighthearted.
Fun and lighthearted.
Right? It taught me the song of the Mountain King. Dun 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 dun.
Is this our musical episode?
This is our musical episode.
Yeah, we had to get there eventually. So, the game after Sonic Adventure 2, I believe, was Sonic Heroes.
Ugh.
Maybe. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but that was okay-ish.
It was okay. I mean, again, compared to Sonic Adventure 2, it clearly was just not as good.
Yeah, and we started to get the Sonic and the Black Knight and the Sonic and the Rings. We started to get gimmicky. We started to get real gimmicky.
What's gimmicky about taking our fastest character and making him the slowest werehog imaginable?
He's a werehog.
The game was painful. The game was literally painfully slow for me.
Alright, so we're just saying a whole bunch of random things, but to frame this argument, Sonic started to go downhill when, one, we started to see other characters besides and Knuckles. It used to be and Knuckles, mm-hmm. and Amy, and Big, and Gamma, and Shadow, and Rouge, and Vector, and these are actual names. I wasn't BSing you.
And Silver, and Chaos.
And Chaos, and Blaze, or Blitz. What's his name, Blaze or Blitz?
I don't remember.
Blaze the Cat. Blaze the Cat sounds right. We're going to go with Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, they started to add... They thought new characters, so much like bad fan fiction, will... okay. We're just going to say things that are wrong with Sonic, because as the more I speak... Sonic was good until Sonic Adventure 2. And then we started to get more characters, more games, more gimmicks, and everything went downhill.
You didn't have your own DeviantArt Sonic OC?
No. And then, I mean, I was going to make one with the new Sonic Forces where you can make your new own DeviantArt Sonic OC. But at that point, I was too hurt. I was too hurt and scarred to keep playing Sonic games.
Ugh. This reminds me of the meme of Courage the Cowardly Dog with making Miriam mac and cheese. Here, I made this. Too cheesy. I made this. Too noodles. Made this. Too few noodles. Made this. Too salty. Made this. Too hot. Do you like mac and cheese? I hate mac and cheese.
You know what? That's what Sonic did. It was like, we're going to go fast. Okay, too fast. The camera's moving. I can't tell what's going on. I'm just running and pressing forward and hoping I don't die. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll go slow. Too slow. I'm not a werehog. The level takes 30 minutes. Excuse me. A Sonic the Hedgehog level takes 30 minutes.
At that point, I'm fairly certain Bowser in Odyssey is running faster than him.
Oh, that's...
Which was a fun level.
Yeah, it was. Spoiler alert, you take over...
No. Well, okay, spoiler alert. You take over...
Bowser in Super Mario Odyssey. That game's been out long enough.
It has.
It's been out...
It's new to me. I just played last week.
Yeah. I collected 999 moons.
Mm-hmm. You didn't just pay for them?
I know, I did just pay for them.
Collected them. Impressive.
Yeah, I did. Go me.
Woo!
Doing my little happy dance on camera. So, yeah. Too fast. Make you slow. So it's like, oh, well, you can't tell what's going on, so we give you all the control. Now it's bad platforming. Now it's too much platforming. Now you're a genie because why not? Sonic became a genie in Sonic and the Lost Rings. I played that one. He became a genie.
Oh.
Or he became, instead of going Supersonic, he went like Supersonic Genie. I kid you not, because
Supersonic God Supersonic?
Yes. And you fought like an evil genie because, like, you know, like the 7 wishes was 7 secret.
Oh my god.
It's more like a Sonic intervention.
It is.
So today we're talking about Sonic, everything he's done wrong, and who can save Sonic? I thought Nintendo could, but you know what? I think they still could because Nintendo has licensed Sonic games, but it hasn't been developed by Nintendo. Sega let Nintendo develop a Sonic game. You've already bit the bullet and sold your soul. You have literally tried to pump life into his dead corpse for a while. Mario was the clear winner here. Right? You don't make consoles. Let Nintendo make a Sonic game. Just let them.
Please.
I bet it would be good.
Oh yeah, no, because Nintendo has that quirk of doing everything not the way you expected it, and it's just golden.
Yeah, so what do you think? So Sonic has to be fast, but like platforming was still good. So I think, does he need to be breakneck speed fast? Maybe have those points. How do you be breakneck speed fast, but still give the illusion of control, or not the illusion, actual control in platforming?
Well, I think that's easy. I mean, with just, you know, there's several clear and clever programming things that you can do. Like, you know, the character might be only moving at mile an hour, but you can have the scenery moving by really quick.
Yeah.
Like,
because Sonic Adventure, you never truly felt like there were points where like he wasn't running breakneck speed. Oh my God, what was that? You were
never out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's weird. They did that in the Dream. Oh, what were you thinking of?
Have they done the thing where everything slows down around him? That feels really obvious, and I feel like they should have done it, but I don't remember them doing that.
Like he enters some type of like bullet time effect?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
That would seem like the really obvious answer here.
It would. Or just have like segments that involve like, you can tell he's moving fast, but you know, it involves like really quick dodges and, you know.
Right.
Yeah. You yourself were actually moving it, like, but it just appears you're giving that, you know, the bullet time effect of just. Yeah, that feels. The thing that I don't understand, for the Dreamcast, for that time, we got a very, if you don't like Sonic Adventure, at the very least you think it was a decent game.
Oh, yes.
Everyone thinks it was either good or decent. No one thinks it was trash or horrible. Like, the current consensus of Sonic games are trash and or horrible. And at the very best, playable. Which just...
Which at that time, you're just saying, yeah, it's something to watch on Netflix while I fold laundry. It's something to play.
Yeah. Oh, then Sonic 06. You know what? I'll give it to Sonic 06. There, we got back on topic. Sonic 06 was the official. Yep, Sonic is it's all downhill from there. Cause like remember Sonic Heroes was still playable. It had a 3-person. It was still gimmicky and had this. I'm having fun when I'm playing the Sonic and team, and not so much anyone else. Mm-hmm. But I got through it just fine. Sonic 06. And I remember I was so excited for the game. The trailer was epic. It was like a mature, but not like I'm gonna kill people mature Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
And, it had the nice graphics of a new age. So yeah, Sonic 06. The topic was, when did Sonic go downhill? That was Sonic 06. For the anime, for Jared, he says Sonic Underground. I'm gonna give it to Sonic X.
Yeah, Sonic X was awkward. Sonic X was like Sonic puberty.
Yeah, it was like, why do we need a kid main character that has to be... They basically went through Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and I think maybe another game. They retold the story, but they had a kid that had to somehow insert into the story, and there was really no need to. They just kept trying to make him important.
There wasn't, right? Like, he never served any real purpose other than explaining why Sonic and friends are crashing at this mansion.
Yeah,
How come they're staying rent-free at this mansion?
Yeah, and it was like they were from a different universe, and now they're in his universe. But if you're going to retell the story of the games, they could just be in a universe where Sonic exists, because in all the Sonic cartoons, he exists among people.
Right.
And other anthropomorphic... Other anthropomorphic animals existed, and everyone's just cool with that.
Yeah. But...
And they existed with, like, real animals, too. It was just like, hey, it's Sonic. Hey, that guy.
Yeah.
So, did they really need to go to another dimension? And Robotnik himself is a human. So...
it's true. Oh. Is he? I always thought at points he was a cyborg. I guess depending on the adaptation.
No, there is a robot version of him.
Yeah, in a Freedom Fighter version.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, like, there's an actual Robotnik. Yeah.
Robot Eggman.
Robot Eggman.
He'll always be Robotnik to me.
Yes. That was one of the few times the English translation gave us a good name, and I prefer Robotnik over Eggman.
Definitely. But all this Sonic trash talking, I have to ask, Odell, are we being toxic fans?
No. We are being progressive fans. We are clearly pointing out the flaws of something we like and giving constructive criticism and solutions to these problems, hoping to elevate the franchise. Toxic fans, though, for example, would be Steven Universe fans.
Oh, they have... I guess I should say overall, for toxic fandoms, it's this weird, uncanny ability that they feel they own the series... And
owned as in they've created it, produced it, somehow come up with storylines and complex characters and ideas.
Right.
Which they've done none of.
And they feel that the series owes them something. I don't feel like Sonic necessarily owes me anything.
I mean, maybe a good game, but you just want...
But after so many years, I just want a good game. Right? Because it's... particularly, I'll just stick with Steven Universe here. Whenever we have slow episodes, you hear a lot of complaints in the fandoms like, it was boring, or, it was obvious, I didn't like it, it didn't speak to me. But you have to remember, this isn't targeted at, late teens, early adulthoods, random 40-year-olds. It's a kid's cartoon show.
So ultimately, you guessed it, it's for children.
Yeah, so, the special episode where instead of fighting the diamonds, Steven decides to deliver mail with Jamie. It's what the kids need.
And no, we get it, we understand. Not every episode is going to be gold. There are going to be some episodes you don't like. There are going to be some episodes of any great show that are just boring, put simply.
Right.
But to constantly bash and rain on the parade of, first of all, anyone who likes it, anyone is entitled to enjoy any form of content they seem fit. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you have to bash people for it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, across every medium, there will always be these people who do it. But the people who call themselves fans and are highly committed to the show, but yet just spew poison at other fans and the show itself without constructive criticism is mainly what we're talking about when we say toxic fans.
Exactly.
And Steven Universe, sadly, has a very toxic community. Another example of a toxic fan with a toxic community are fan theories. While fan theories are fun and delightful, and yes, not all are good per se, but when you destroy what the show was trying to present to you, for example, all gems are female. That was not done unintentionally. They take female forms. They're technically genderless, but they use female pronouns. They take female forms, and for all intents and purposes are females.
Right.
Now to be like, okay guys, the biggest secret in the thing is that the leader of the gems, White Diamond, the main gem, is a male. Because what better choice would it be to lead all females than a male? Because clearly it can't be a female because we need a male hierarchy. And it's like, what are you doing? You're honestly being misogynistic and trying to take this, what is a good part of the show, female empowerment, despite the main character being a male, is trying to take your misogyny and put it on the show and then explain why it should be a male. Not that how there's nothing that hints it will be a male. There's nothing in the show that will ever say it would be a male.
And if it turns out to be male, I don't think so. It is. But to insist upon it as being canon is just absurd.
And to say things like, and if it wasn't a male, then the show is now stupid.
To attack the show, to attack the fans for disagreeing is just being toxic.
Yeah. And it's a kid's show, like you said.
It's a kid's show.
And I mean, My Little Pony didn't have a toxic fandom. Kind of creepy, per me. Sorry. The whole brony movement can't
get behind that.
Can't get behind it. If you do, nothing against you. Me personally, as an adult male, can't do it.
Ugh. And so far, at least we can say with Steven Universe, I haven't seen the toxic fandom spill over into real life or conventions that heavily. Not as the infamous Super Wholock. If you recall this, was a trifecta fandom of Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock Holmes. This was rampant on Tumblr. They would gang up on people on post, and they met their horrible, wonderful, ironic demise after a failed convention. Because, okay, so a long time ago, Tumblr tried to hold an actual, Tumblr convention, DashCon, and it fell through miserably for reasons that we won't get into here. But after that, there was a notable absence of their presence. Nobody wanted to be associated with something that was that toxic. Now, were these fandoms directly responsible for DashCon? No, but it was such an upsetting feature that everybody had to step back and realize, maybe we should try to be better.
Which we should. Like the MCU fandom.
Oof.
Which, we're not talking about Marvel Comics. We're not... It ties into that, but we're explicitly referring to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a.k.a. the Marvel movies, starting with Iron Man 1. Not the Spider-Man by Sony's, just strictly, the Marvel productions, up until we started with Iron Man, ending with Infinity Wars. So this fandom is toxic for many reasons. It's made up of people who aren't necessarily fans of Marvel or the comics, just superhero action-y movies. And there are certain rules in geekdom, like no spoilers, respect, if you're going to have a discussion about something, either frame it with spoilers, ... plenty of spaces, save it. So I'm going to say a lot of regular people who wouldn't partake in any other form of geek culture partakes in the MCU. Mm-hmm. So we're getting the toxic fans that are, I would call the snobs of, oh, obviously you didn't read issue 23. That was a callback to this and that. And I'm so entitled because I went and researched all this information. That does not make you better than someone just because because the MCU is in its own special bubble. So the fact that something happened outside of that doesn't really
matter.
Yeah.
Right? No, yeah. Toxic fandoms are full of gatekeepers. People who feel you must be this much of a fan to pass as being a fan based on arbitrary limits that, let's be honest, is a raising bar. They'll keep asking and one-upping you until if they don't feel you belong.
To put it simply, it's dick measuring in the geek world. Sorry for the vulgar people, but that's what it is.
Plain and simple. Yeah, there's no other word for it.
Yeah. And speaking about spoilers, for example, Infinity War has been out, and I'll ignore the memes because if you haven't seen the movie, the memes may not make sense, but there's been enough of them to where you probably get what it's alluding to. But people explicitly go on social media and talk about main points. Oh, it made me so sad when X happened. Oh my God, can you believe the reveal was this? This is a fake spoiler. Can you really believe that Aquaman was Batman? See, it's not in Marvel, so that's okay. But you get it.
I should say though that as someone who, if you've been a fan of our show and have watched us, know I probably haven't seen Infinity Wars. I haven't seen it. So, admittedly, various things still have not been spoiled for me, and I am impressed with that. It's been out for nearly a month now, and I still don't know spoilers.
To be fair, you kind of stay away from social medias that, like, Facebook is the main culprit of this, and I feel like you stay away from Facebook.
No, I'm talking about on Facebook because on the very same news feed where I follow people who are Marvel fans, I follow Steven Universe fans. And while it's been a month since Infinity Wars, the day of the latest and biggest Steven Universe spoiler ever, people were just instantly posting on things like merchandise pages. Just like, not memeing, not joking, just flat out saying the big spoiler. So,
and
at least I'll give credit to the Marvel Cinematic Universe fans here. There's clearly far more of you than Steven Universe fans, and I feel they've done a better job. But like you were saying, it's not the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, but a select group, kind of a more of a niche group with inside of it, that the gatekeepers that are making it toxic.
Yeah, the gatekeepers, and I've seen a lot of this on my feed where people are like, "Huh, I don't care." Like, they will say they don't care about the characters or the story, or that it's just comic books, so their spoilers don't matter because they're not real. And my thing is, okay, that's toxic in itself, because basically you're saying, since I don't care about it, therefore the greater world or other people shouldn't care about it. I'm just spoiling something that doesn't matter. But it does matter to people. It's almost like saying, I'm being an ass on purpose, but I'm being an ass about a subject that's not important to me, therefore it shouldn't be important to no one else, because it's just kids. I have a headache.
No, it's, yeah, even though
the logic is so flawed behind it.
Right, I mean, like with anything fictional, story-wise or video game-wise, it's all about the story, it's all about the plot, it's the adventure you take along the way. So with that being said, speedruns, do we like them? I personally have mixed feelings on them.
I like speedruns. For those who don't know, speedruns refers to when you play a video game and you beat it as fast as humanly possible, which can get pretty impressive. For example, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It took me on the other side of 100 hours, maybe like 102 hours to beat it. Mm-hmm. And it is built in a way to where you can go to the final objective, the final boss, and beat the game. It will be incredibly difficult, but you can. So what took me 100 hours to do took someone 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Which raises the other question I kind of wanted to get to a little bit later, but we can get to now. Specifically with Nintendo speedruns, do amiibos count?
So amiibos allow you to gain in-game items instantly by purchasing a little figurine. You click the figurine on your game, you get the item. So you can get something like a horse or good swords and shields. And I believe they should count in the sense that it's something they've given to you that everyone has access to. But they shouldn't count in the sense that how much impact do they have on it? And if we can't figure out a middle ground, then we should just have, categories with and without items.
Okay, so I have two examples. So the horse amiibo to get Epona, that makes sense to me because, okay, at the heart, speedruns should be about the player's skill to complete a game. Right? How quickly and how adeptly they can do that. And so the physical task of crossing the 40-minute Hyrule field just to get to the boss isn't particularly skillful. So to use the horse to just get over there, that makes sense to me.
Simply just run faster, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
But then one of the speedruns I was watching, I think pretty much all of them, at the end, use treasure chest. And just like, yeah, all the best weapons to face Ganon with. Well, oh, okay, well.
I have seen some impressive ones where they skillfully went through the castle getting, like, the black sword and I can't remember, I think the Royal Guard sword or, like, the Royal Guard shield. They're all black.
Right,
and,
right.
The Royal Bow.
Mm-hmm.
Because then when you're fighting Ganon himself, he does weapon drops that are, like, maybe not the best, but they're good, mid to high tier.
Right.
So those are cool. I did see someone use a chest as a springboard, which I thought was interesting.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this. So I like specifically, again, we've mentioned, I think, off and on, the incredible physics engine behind Breath of the Wild. And so I'm perfectly fine with using engines or known available glitches in games for speedruns. So, like, I think classically we can say Mario 64. We all know that it was just littered with glitches and bugs. Just the main staircase.
Not in the bad way. The game was pretty damn near perfect. But
right.
Just exploitable holes to where you had to want to go. They wouldn't happen naturally. You had to...
Right. But then we have speedruns where it's like, okay, I'm going to run my horse at a bomb and midway through throw a stick backwards to clip through the invisible wall. I mean...
Causing the cutscene to happen where Link becomes adult Link, thus skipping like literally almost a good 5-hour section of game time.
Right. That just feels like cheating to me.
It's more like game breaking. Even if it's not cheating, it's not impressive.
It's not impressive. Like, very early on, I'm just going to keep going with Legend of Zelda here. I think Legend of Zelda 1, the Legend of Zelda, there's the early hack of, like, if you hit select and start multiple times in a row, you can just, like, open up the map and, like, teleport instantly to the final boss. And it's like, oh, well, of course you beat the game in 2 minutes because you just skipped there. And it does not show... The speedrun should not exploit... They should not highlight faults of the game. They should highlight skills of the players.
Yes, which is why I like completion speedruns where you have to, if not 100% complete the game, but usually, let's say, going back to Mario to keep it simple, there's 120 stars. You can glitch fest all you want to, but you are literally going to have to play the game in its entirety to collect all the stars. There might be some stars where you can glitch to get. So instead of, like the one with the, in Bob-omb Battlefield, there's a giant chain chomp that hits the door.
Yeah.
So there's a glitch you can do where you can phase through the bars.
Okay.
Which, honestly, and all truthfully, is only going to save you about 2 minutes tops off your speedrun. So I can get that. 2 minutes matters overall, but it wasn't something, one, game-breaking.
Right.
Or two, and it took skill. Like, it's very precise movements.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it takes more skill than to do it the right way, almost.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And again, that didn't game break. It didn't launch you and somehow change your star count.
Right.
And games like Final Fantasy, even if you skip a segment, usually in most RPGs, there's optional bosses. The only reason you play through things in its quote-unquote entirety is because levels, and you literally have to be beefy. So if you somehow beat the level 30 boss at level 21 just because of the right loop of attacking and healing and magic, kudos to you, because
right,
usually they beat boss in one try, and I could be 10 levels above the level cap and die 1,000 times.
Right, because yeah, like you say, it's the game mechanics, the game abilities themselves. Like, if you don't know how to dodge in Legend of Zelda, what are you doing? How did you get this far and not know how to dodge? Because you're just gonna die.
So I think they're impressive in their own right. People are gonna keep doing them.
Oh yeah.
I feel like certain games don't need speedruns. For example, I know you can do fighting runs and speed games like the story. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's cool that you're skilled and you just beat the the computer up on a certain level, but yeah, I just feel like the more adventure-y a game is, a more plot-driven, or not necessarily plot-driven. No, I take that back. Speedruns need to be entertaining to watch.
Definitely.
Or something that involves skill. Something I could see myself like, for example, glitching involves no skill. They do, but if you're glitching through a whole game, what's the point?
Right? So... yeah, okay, my favorite speedruns, I will say, are the ones for Dishonored, because they're doing elaborate motions and setting up giant calamity rigs that are just hilarious to watch. Like, speedrun, jump, kill person, tie two people together between the person that's dying, and next thing you know, like, 5 people are dead and turn into a swarm of rats, and they go and get the pendant for you, and then you've won.
There, exactly. I agree, that's the best. I'm glad you mentioned Dishonored, because I really like that game because there's no clear path from point A to point B. So it gives you full freedom of creativity. And being creative while also trying to do something as fast as possible is just downright impressive.
Right.
Especially when you see them do things you never really thought were possible or could be combined in such a way. It's literally a hodgepodge of like, oh my god, he did that in 10 seconds. And he didn't break the game. It just, he Swiss Army knife the situation.
It's exciting, it's exhilarating, and I think that's what we want to see at speedruns, right? So I guess I feel in some we can say we want speedruns to be a highlight of impressive gameplay. I feel that's a little generic, but
yeah, highlight impressive gameplay, and we understand that glitches will be a part of speedruns.
Mm-hmm.
But you have like glitches that everyone can exploit, and they're reasonable, but not game breaking or the point of where like, oh, you skipped literally 3/4 of the game.
Right.
At which point, what's the point?
Exactly. I came to watch something enjoyable. They're games. We should enjoy them. We would like all of our toxic fans to be better people.
Be better. It's really not that hard.
It's not.
Be kind, rewind, don't be a dick. All the same thing.
Yep. And of course, we'd like our Sonic games to be better.
To be better. We tried to figure out where they went downhill. We kind of did that, but it was really just a Sonic intervention is what that was.
Pretty much. But we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you like, subscribe, and share. I'm Jerry Fradette at Toonvelo.
I'm Odo Harmon at Odo Harmon Jr. And, follow us. I mean, we thank you for following Full Circle, but if you follow us, you'll get insight into the person behind the voice or camera.
Mm-hmm.
Voice and camera.
Yep.
As always, until next time, we are Full Circle.